Drama turns into comedy a lot easier. Do you know what I mean? Like, if your parents are crazy, you're like, they're crazy. So let me show it to you.
What am I supposed to do when he coming this way?
You're fine. I feel like the white side.
Okay.
You want to go get some breadsticks at the cafeteria?
Yes.
I like it. I just want to backtrack and say that I was correct in my assumption, Brian. Mm-hmm. You see how he said, yo, I beatbox. Follow me. You got a girl from beatboxing.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the Creators Podcast, coming to you from the Co-Create Studios in Los Angeles. I'm Marlene McCohen, and this is Vinnie. I said that I would never introduce a bird first, but Vinnie is a bird on his own.
First of all, let me tell you something.
No one's gonna hear you. It's not even. I don't have another guest. It's just me and Vinnie today, guys.
There's three things wrong with this right now. Number one, I got introduced second, Brian, to a bird again. Okay. And number two, he out talking me.
Yeah.
How is this happening?
Because he's excited.
And he sound like Sammy Davis Jr. or something.
Okay.
Now, and what y'all didn't see is before she let him out, this is the only bird she brought to the show in a cage. Why was that bird caged up? Everyone else gets to, fly around freely and hang out and kick it and eat stuff, pencils and such. But this one was in a cage. Can you explain to me why?
Yeah, the reason Kenny, by the way, my co-host Kenny, is because I didn't know what you were going to do and I didn't want him to attack you.
Okay, see?
No, you know what? Actually, we build up, because he's a gangsta, he's a part of the Vinnie gang. We build him up that way.
He got his own shirt. You know what? I will give him that. I will say the pink and gray is a nice, collaboration for him color-wise. Did he come like that, or did you spray paint him, or do they do that?
Stop, Kenny.
What?
Come on.
Like, how you seen people's dogs where you put like the different...
Oh, he's really a pink bird. He's a real big
okay.
bird.
That's nice. I like that.
What do you think of that, Vinny? Do you think he's smart, or...
Oh, now he quiet.
Wow, he's silent.
He quiet now, Ryan.
I told him if he doesn't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
So.
How long have you had Vinny?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, really? That's how many years?
You don't know. It's like Groot. You don't know what he's saying for real. Probably.
A lot of times I do know what he's saying, and a lot of times no one knows what he's saying.
I definitely have no idea. It's just, and his head is doing a 360.
Oh, yeah, birds can do that. You want to know?
Did you know that, Brian?
No.
See what I'm saying? We don't know all these things here. He just looked behind him.
I wanted to surprise you. I didn't want to bring him out. And I really wanted your first reaction to this, because you didn't see him when you were at my house the other day.
No. It's cool, but that's a lot.
He'll start. The reason he's here today is because later on in the show, we're going to have Brandon from Box of Beats on. And Vinny just loves Brandon. He absolutely loves Brandon. And Brandon... all my pets love him.
Nice. Like
very
Ace Ventura.
much like when you were at my house. What'd you say?
He's like Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, we have some pictures of you when you were at my house. You did very well with all of the animals.
I like to think I was. Yeah.
You did, but you did not meet Vinny.
I didn't.
And Vinny. And so I thought the safest person to bring on when Vinny is on the show is Brandon.
Okay. So Brandon beatbox. Does Vinny join in on the same?
Yes.
Okay,
that's how I met Brandon, actually.
Through Vinny? Did he? How did he find him and brought him to you?
I'm going to tell you how.
Okay.
My friend was, I guess he saw Brandon somewhere, and he posted Brandon or shared one of his posts on how incredible Brandon was, and I messaged my friend. I said, this is going to sound really crazy, but if you're friends with this guy, is there any way you could ask him if he would come over and beatbox for my bird?
That's very random.
Right.
Okay.
And can you imagine getting a text from somebody saying, hey, my friend wants you to go beatbox for their bird?
I mean, that's the crazier part is he said okay.
Right. He said, absolutely.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he did. He came and right away they hit it. This was before Brandon was on TikTok, actually.
Oh, but that was you did that just because you wanted your bird to hear some beatboxing? But it was for content wise, I'm assuming.
It was for content beatboxing. He said beatboxing. It's because Vinnie loves beatboxing. And, right. That's right. You tell him. And
Don't you amused by this? You know what he's saying?
I heard that one.
yeah, if you get hyped, he's gonna get hyped, and he's gonna talk over you.
It's something about it. You cannot get hype around birds. I gotta every time.
Not around cocker. Are you excited? Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing was that I knew it would make great content because obviously he was extremely talented.
Yeah.
I wanted to share him with my audience, but Vinnie likes beatboxing, and when I beatbox for him, it doesn't impress him.
I'm sure it doesn't.
It does not.
Okay.
And so he was real. I mean, this bird goes and finds things to make beats on.
Oh.
Yeah, gangsta for real. Yeah. I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
see,
is what
that's-
he's meant to be in life. Like
that's a lot.
He
That
dropped
was-
an album, and it's on SoundCloud, and I actually called Brandon.
Okay.
And I said, Brandon, can you do like a collab with Vinnie and lend your vocals to?
He said yes.
He did, and so
He must love birds.
when you meet Brandon, his soul just shines.
I have a lot of questions
I know you
about
do.
these things now because this is an interesting beginning origin story.
It is. And this is not like the story of somebody random that came to, beatbox for Vinnie. He made an entire career. Like
Yeah.
he's got a show coming up. He
Oh, nice.
became famous on TikTok. Like just
Okay.
unbelievable.
Well, we got him coming soon, y'all. Stay
Yeah.
tuned. We coming in a little bit. Besides that, Marlene, what else been going on with you all week? It's been a week. If y'all don't know, we film every week. So we haven't seen each other in a time frame. What's been going on? What happened? What I miss?
Well, shh, don't do that. You want to see something?
I don't know.
Okay, watch this. Vinnie, do you like Kenny? Do you like Kenny? So no.
What? What did it say?
You said no.
You
Do you hear him? You went-
just putting lipstick all on him. Poor Vinny.
Do you like Kenny? Do you like Kenny? So no. Yeah, so.
So y'all good with that?
Well,
Everybody.
what's been going on? Oh,
Oh, you posted this?
you.
Yeah.
Honestly, to be honest, as we talked about with Danny last week, I haven't been posting. I've been on a hiatus.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned you might have been a bit burnt out.
We get burnt out.
We get burnt out.
It's a lot. I'm still burnt out. I posted recently on TikTok, but it was an older video that I shot. I'm like, you know what? I forgot this is just sitting in the chamber.
Yeah.
Let me just throw it on up just cause. I haven't posted in a while.
What's a while?
A while? It's been like 2 weeks, I want to say, since I've posted on TikTok.
Oh,
That's a while for me, because normally I'm like, I used to do every day. I'm like every day, boom, boom, boom. Because when I have my shoot days, I'm shooting like 12 videos, and I got them so I can lay out, post every day, every other day, whatever makes sense. If I miss, my shoot day next week, I still got some stuff I can play off of. But since I'm also doing the rebranding, I'm sitting on content. I'm like, I'm just gonna leave it here because I'm going in this direction now instead of this direction. But this one, I was like, this is cool, yeah, because this happens. This would happen to me quite often. I always would choose the wrong girl. My homie would be, getting the chick that's, down with the get down, and then I get stuck with conversations and such. It's pretty simple.
that's awesome. You posted a full skit right there. That's a lot of work.
Shout out to Howie. He came in. He don't
I
know what he
love
doing.
Howie.
He's pretty great. He is
No,
great.
I'm really impressed with you because you said your break was like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
My break's like literally been going on a year or something.
A year? Oh,
I
for
don't
TikTok?
know. No, yeah. Oh, probably.
TikTok has been a while. I did, because I went to your page and looked. I'm like, damn, Marlene hasn't posted since the blonde.
Yeah, and then I posted
yeah.
something today, and
yeah,
shit's
okay.
right. I know. Yeah.
Let me see.
No. This bird will ask you to kiss him and then bite you.
Nah, let me see.
He will bite you.
My lip?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear him say yeah?
All right, never mind. Keep that. I don't need that kind of energy.
No,
all right.
don't.
I don't need that.
You're such a good bird. Yes. Yeah, I've been really burnt out, but the way things come full circle is very interesting because here we are talking to creators and influencers, and it's been inspiring me. And so the first thing I've posted this week on YouTube Shorts, has been our own videos. I posted that on YouTube Shorts, and I posted a landscape clip. And that actually got me started posting a whole bunch of other little shorts on YouTube just to get back.
Yeah,
because
just to get it going.
I can't just keep posting podcast stuff, but I have the podcast stuff. The producers here are making it very easy for
They're
us.
phenomenal.
So I have it, which is amazing. So they're actually to thank for me coming back to YouTube because I can't post that and nothing in between.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's been kind of amazing. It's just I think sometimes like burnout can be revived by like new energy, and I feel like this is the new energy.
We're getting our second kick back in, our second wave.
We are. Although,
I'm ready.
You know, you were on a good wave like 2 weeks ago. That's not bad.
Maybe longer. What month is this, Brian? Where are we? July?
July, yeah. End of July.
End of July. It might. You know what? Timing. It may be a month. Honestly, I'll go look. I'll look later and
What do you have
refresh.
to say, Vinnie, about this?
Oh yeah.
He's being very good now. So,
Okay. Look at that. That's what's up.
yeah. So I'm glad you've been able to post. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Who have you been inspired by? Because we do our own. Every week we got our person, our shout 'em outs. Who did you have for us this week?
So
Lily
basically,
Hayes.
Lily Hayes, I think it's her son that is filming her all the time. And she just reminds me kind of like being in that foreign family. I believe she's Israeli.
Okay.
And why are you laughing? Yeah. She's just so hilarious.
She got the boots. She got the bush.
C is for
They are selling chocolate.
D is for
They related the highs.
We should have Lily Hayes on here because I believe they're in Los Angeles because she does
That would be dope.
Yeah.
You know what? I appreciate this, that you are still content creating no matter the age, and it looks funny too. And she's having a good time doing it. I'm with that. I've never heard of her before, but I see a lot of people really rock with her, so that's dope.
She's really interesting because, okay. So I kind of have this, my parent, I don't even know how to set this
Yeah,
up.
give it to us.
Okay. So my mom is like white, okay? Like born and raised in Ireland, just like that whole side
Okay.
of the family
Yeah.
is.
That's the purest of white over there.
Right.
Yep.
My dad's side of the family, Israeli, Iranian, Iraqi. It's a whole different vibe. So
Okay.
there's like these two vibes, right? Now, I always say that in non-white families, drama turns into comedy a lot easier. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, if your parents are crazy, you're like, they're crazy.
So
Let
what-
me show it to you.
What am I supposed to do when he coming this way?
You're fine. I feel like the
You told
white
me he was
side
okay.
is very much like I was traumatized. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I being? I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's just like how it is. Like how it feels like. So watching Lily Hayes just is like. It just reminds me of that. Like, yes, your parents are crazy, but it kind of lends itself to
Right.
who we are as a person, and I can look at it from the outside and be like, this shit is funny.
So your dad's side of the
Rather-
family is like the crazier side than your mom's side?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no, what's happening?
He wants the beats to get started. He went over and he said, let's get the beats started, and he started his beats.
That's what happened?
Yeah.
I was about to stick my hand out and just see.
No.
What?
Do not with this
There's so
bird.
many rules.
Not with H bird has its own rules. Vinny, you want to go say hi to Kenny? But don't. Right now,
no,
you're.
just chill over there, V. I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it, player. You go ahead and do your
Sit
thing.
here. Yeah.
Here is my person I have
Let's
here.
see.
A good friend of mine, Lauren Compton. Okay, she is 2 million on TikTok. She's phenomenal. She's a comedian, a content creator, and hot girl, of course, naturally.
This video's hilarious.
You saw her before?
Yeah. This is so funny. Like, I didn't even know where she was going with this. And then the second. So good.
Yeah, she's dope.
Do you know her?
Yeah, yep. We've shot some things. We've gone viral a few times together.
You have to have her on.
She moved to Texas now, but when she comes back, and she just started a podcast as well. So shout out to her podcast. It's about first dates or dating and something. I forgot. I'm sorry, Lauren, but you know, it seems like
right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep. So, you know, it's going. It's dope. And, you know, she has her stand-up as well. She just came back from overseas not too long ago doing stand-up. She's solid. You know, I appreciate it, Lawrence. Just wanted to shout her out.
That is so funny. That video is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, just, I have family
this
in
one
Texas.
a wild one right here.
This one's great.
Oh, yeah, that one was bold.
It is bold.
She is
That got like 20 million on TikTok. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you how slow I am. I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? I'm like, what's happening here? What's the point? And then so I had to go through the comments. I'm like, oh.
No, you did
I
not.
did. Marlene, sometimes it takes me a second. I didn't get it. I was like, what's up with this drill?
As soon as I saw the drill, I knew something was going to happen.
How? I was like, what's happening?
Because
And I'm like, oh
I
yeah,
didn't
Lauren
know
can do it. And I'm like, oh, Lauren can do the splits and the handstand. That's what's up. And then I went back and I watched like 5 times. I'm like, I don't get it.
Kenny.
Marlene, I am serious.
It
I
makes
didn't.
no sense coming from someone with your kind of content.
It didn't cross me because maybe because it wasn't so. I don't know. Maybe
it was too big.
It wasn't. Maybe it was so obvious or something. It wasn't. I don't know what it was for me. I was just like, I don't get it. What's happening?
Playing this, we're gonna be banned.
From this is all right. Lauren, you did your thing with this one, girl. You did.
Oh, now that you know what it is,
Well,
you're excited.
now I know what's happening. Nah, when I learned, I said, okay, wow, Lauren the freak.
I actually, when I saw that, I was like, wow, she is
A good gymnast?
I was gonna say talented, but more than just talented in a way too that she's like not afraid to go there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I agree.
I think I would
appreciate her
have thought
talent.
that if I would have thought that joke, I'd be like, it can't go.
Yeah.
It can't go. I can't post it, but
Yeah. They love. She has, and I think that's probably what I'm gonna stick to. Sometimes you hit them with the little raunchy little gut punch, but then you have different varieties of different pieces of content that you can put out, like Lauren.
Right. The most I've ever said on camera is that I like shiny balls.
Why?
Because I just love bouncy balls, like real ones that are like that they glow in like Walmart or something. You buy them, and I have to have them, and then like you know, I don't know. Just
all
so
right,
weird.
but you mean like regular? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's the closest I've ever gotten to.
All right. Well,
anything.
well, I say all kind of things, and now I gotta pull it back sometimes. You know, don't want to get in trouble. You know, keep it PG-13 sometimes.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to upset Vinnie.
Like it.
I don't want to upset Vinnie either.
I told you. No, Vinnie loves that kind of stuff. Vinnie loves dirty hip hop.
Raunchy bird.
He loves. Vinnie is a fan of yours. He saw some of your videos with those girls, and he was very excited.
As he should be. I get
Vinnie?
excited sometimes.
Do you want to tell Kenny what you thought of his video? Remember that one video with the pretty girl?
Which one? Because you know we got a lot of them, Vinnie. I'll find me, baby. All right, don't worry about it.
Did you like that, Vinnie?
Don't worry about it.
Why are you being all quiet
See,
now?
that's all right. We'll bring out Brian. I want to see if, the homie can, if Brandon can, get him going.
All right, so we are going to bring out Brandon because Vinnie can't wait any longer.
How long have you known Brandon?
I don't know, since before COVID, so I don't know.
That's about 3-4 years.
No.
Right?
So, yeah, I met Brandon about 4 years ago. Literally, he came to my house, and that was our first meeting.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun with him. I couldn't believe how amazing he was with the animals, but that has nothing to do with what he does.
Yeah.
So let's bring on Brandon from Box of Beats so you guys can all meet him.
Let's get it going.
This week's guest is a one-of-a-kind creator. Hailing from the City of Angels, he's nothing like you've heard before. He combines his voice and a looping board for insane live music that he records. Using only his mouth to impress the crowd, he's a singing beatboxer who is getting loud. Welcome to the show, Box of Beats.
Look, Vinnie, Brandon's here. Are you excited?
It's been a long time, Vince. What's going on, Vinnie? How are you?
Don't you come over here. Go over there, on over there,
You
player.
wanna go over to Brandon?
You are brave for this.
Confidence.
Go ahead. Say hi to Brandon.
Confidence.
There you go.
How you been? It's been a long time.
Nah, I could have did the same thing, bro.
No, you
It's
couldn't.
been a long time.
Yeah, he's excited.
I'll never forget Marlene's first comment whenever I walked in her house. She's like, all right, get ready to endure what you're about to endure with all these birds here. And she's like, the one thing I'll say to you is go with confidence. Because they like to know that
Is
they
that
can-
animals in general, though? Or is it
Yeah.
birds mainly?
That with birds, but also I think I also probably told him about Jersey, and I said there's a bird that's going to like you, and you have to approach it with confidence, because if she does like you and you reciprocate, then she's going to be really happy. But if you don't, she's going to try to attack you.
Okay.
And I think I told you that eventually after.
yeah.
You know.
Brandon, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. How are you guys?
Good. Listen here, I need right out the gate, give me the story when you received a text message out the blue from one of the homies to pull up to Marlene's crib and beatbox.
It came at a really interesting time because I just remember around that time I was like, I was getting feedback from people. They were like, "Oh, dude, you could do so many things with beatboxing.
Yeah.
You can like incorporate it and throw it into anywhere." And then I get this text message, and I get this message, and I get connected with Marlene, and then she's like, "What about birds?" And I was like, "What about
Why
birds?
not?
Let's do
Why
it."
not? Yeah.
And we made it happen. And then I felt the hospitality and the love when I walked in the house, and family was there and everybody was there. And I was like, this is great.
Nice.
Can't go wrong.
It
Right
is
away.
very welcoming there.
Oh, yeah.
It is very welcoming.
He's playing hide and seek with Jersey in like 2
you-
minutes.
Okay, you
and-
was on a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a
You had a whole game.
I consider myself, second, third string family at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When
Oh,
you
yeah.
walked in today, actually, Kenny was like, I could have sworn that
I
was your
definitely
brother.
thought you were her brother.
Yeah. And
It's lights dark in here. I was like, oh yeah, Marlene brother in here. What's going on? Similar.
Yeah.
I have similarities.
I
definitely
told
thought
him
that.
the first time I met him, I said, you remind me of my brother. I don't know what it is. It's like, it's just like, he's funny too. He's funny. He's fun. He's warm. He's got personality. So
Nice.
Yeah. I've enjoyed the journey.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
Today on our show, the topic is how to, be as a creator in the, with the music aspect and talent of things. With your story, you're perfect for this. Can you give me a little break? Because I don't know anything. Marlene knows the whole spiel on you.
What do you want to know? What do you
Well,
think?
when did you first realize you could beatbox?
It was not, I didn't learn, I had to learn how to.
Okay.
It was high school.
Nice.
Wow.
Was it like
I
at the
was-
lunch table when everybody was doing a little thing with the?
No, man. I was like, my story starts a little bit with beatboxing actually, before even learning how to beatbox. Cause I was like, my heaviest in high school was like 300 pounds.
Pounds?
And I was bullied a lot and stuff and went through all that for years. But I was cool with everybody. Like everybody was cool with me, but like the kind of bullied where it's like they're still your friends, but they're doing things
Yeah, like
and saying
the
things
low key
that-
jabs.
Yeah, low key
And
jabs.
laugh at it with with a smile on your face. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate that. You gonna eat that sandwich? Be crazy. Look, I hate
Exactly.
stuff like that.
Stop.
Yeah, that's
Walk
what they
by
do.
you in the hallways and just
Yeah.
like give you one of those little titty flops.
Yeah.
and
What's up,
stuff,
homies?
and-
Yeah. I've never seen bullying, personally. That's
got
why
many
in
different
movies,
ways.
what
it
do you
always.
mean you've never seen bullying?
I have never
what are you
seen-
talking about?
My school, we never really had that.
Really?
We know. So when
That's a good school.
when I watch movies, I'm always so intrigued. I'm like, yo, how are y'all letting this happen?
They didn't-
It bothers me so much because I'm like, how are you all as students going around and letting these other students do this kind of nonsense?
Was
I'm
it a
like,
small school? Or were you not aware?
I mean from elementary, middle, high school, it was just like, I don't know. It was, of course there were separations, there was popular people, not as popular people. I got along with everyone.
Are you sure you weren't just not aware of the people that were bullied?
I like to
because
think
you're not
I
in their
wasn't.
shoes.
I don't think so. I feel like I paid attention to everything. I'm pretty good at that. I can see it all.
I think there's a little bit to a degree in every place. I think maybe some places it might just be in different shapes,
Yeah.
shapes and forms. But But yeah, I mean, that was it. And I just, I saw a video on YouTube, like back when YouTube was just getting started and stuff, but it was a while ago. And there was a beatboxer, and he was considered morbidly obese. So you would consider somebody, but he was on stage and he was beatboxing. And then I just remember like nobody cared what he looked like. Everybody was just like fascinated by what he did.
The sounds he was doing.
And then he finished, and everybody was just going crazy in the audience. And so I was like, oh damn! I was like, I wonder how hard it would be to learn how to beatbox.
Yeah.
So I just started trying and started getting decent at it. Then I finally got to a point where I was comfortable like showing a few people, and then they were like, oh shit, this is dope.
Yeah, okay, it is dope. I can't even whistle.
Did you know? Neither can I.
Okay, at least I'm not
I
alone.
can't whistle, but I could do all sorts of random noises and stuff. But never mind me. Did you know that you had it in you to do different vocalizations before you saw this?
Nah.
Not at all. So it wasn't like, because you could have seen a big person do something else and everyone praise him and not care and felt the same way. But I feel like you felt that way about this specifically. There's no way you knew you had an inner vocal talent.
I mean, I like music.
At all.
Like I play the guitar and stuff like that.
Nice.
But I never.
It never crossed your mind.
You probably won't ever find a video of me playing guitar on online. I don't know. I just maybe like one like when I first started my YouTube channel, but it was more so just like.
Can you do them at the same time?
I know it was. Yeah, I think I can now. I haven't touched a guitar in ages, but
I've never seen anybody beatbox and play the guitar at the same time.
There's probably it was just a matter of like practicing and like thinking I was doing it right for the most part, and then just eventually like continuing. Like I would practice every night in the shower. Like my parents' water bill, oh my God.
Crazy.
It was bad.
You was in there putting on a whole concert.
When you say like you were in high school, is that like the first year of high school or the last year? It's a big difference between like 14 and 18.
Bowling from elementary school because I was always overweight. Learning in high school, it was my sophomore year. But within a year, I was already like beatboxing at like school rallies and stuff.
Nice.
For everybody.
Did that change the dynamics?
Oh yeah,
of
it changed
things?
everything.
Yeah.
For you or for the way you...
Did the girls start
Did
coming on you?
it change your view of yourself right away?
Oh yeah. Once I started getting more accepted socially, it was no longer, Brandon the fat funny kid. It was Brandon the beatboxer who
got the ladies too. They got to talk about the ladies,
But
Marlene.
okay, we will.
Yeah.
But like, don't you
wanna
think
know.
that's impressive,
Oh,
like
absolutely.
emotionally? Because
For sure.
like sometimes you can just get that imposter vibe, and you're like,
Yeah.
no, it's just because I did something. But he shifted and let all that goodness
and
come to him, right?
That change of
you
dynamic
didn't-
was probably
you didn't
crazy
hold any
too.
of that. Like you just kind of like, this is how I am. This is who I am now, and
Yeah, I just kind of ran with the idea of like knowing that if we always change and develop as people, if there was something that I can like create that people latch onto, then it would most likely produce like some sense of a positive result, especially if I know they're enjoying it like in that moment with me. Because usually those instantaneous moments were always like friendly, but people were doing something to me or saying something to me that wasn't, what I didn't want for myself.
Do you get asked, like, how rappers and singers always get asked when you tell somebody, like, yeah, I can sing, I can rap. They're like, oh, word, can you give me something? Show me something. Do you get that often?
I used to. I don't actually consider myself a beatboxer anymore.
Okay.
I think if you learn, how to beatbox, you can beatbox, but I don't promote my shows or my brand as like beatboxing anymore because I feel like at some point I decided I wanted to be an actual just like a music artist.
Okay.
And no one's gonna book a beatboxer for like an hour and a half set.
That's a lot. you gonna pass out.
It's physically possible. Like people have done it before, but like no one's gonna. Once like the first 10 to 15 minutes, like think about counting out 10 to 15 minutes in time.
Yeah. That's
and
a lot.
Just someone
to me.
beatboxing on stage all the time, like by the 10th minute, you're gonna be like, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
I feel like, because I've heard you talk about like this to me and explain, I'm moving from the idea of beatboxing into, musician. But I actually always thought of you as the way you prefer to be visualized right now because you were making so much more than like beatboxing. Like he can create a whole song from his voice and loop it. And he can
like in
put
the
on an
studio
entire
kinda stuff.
show. So for me, I was like, oh, this is the box where the beats are within it. And it can be music and it can be absolutely anything.
Yeah.
Because he makes amazing music too, not just like recreating other people's music with his voice, which is by default so
Yeah.
impressive. But he also has beautiful
Like beats.
songs.
Can I see? Can I see a video
songs
of one of
and
these? Right? Is
music.
there-
Like I went to a whole show of his.
You had a whole show? You said you couldn't do for an hour.
That's what. That's
No, I mean that's for beatboxing. Like no, but once I found a loop station and like I brought elements into it where there's like, it's like
Oh yeah, let me see, cause I need to know. I
This is
kind
new
of
stuff.
understand.
this is like absolutely like last week new stuff. Actually.
Okay.
So as I said, I stopped beatboxing. Like I incorporate very minimal elements of beatboxing in the arrangements. But for the most part, I use like, for example, that's an element of beatboxing. That's sweeping, just creating a sweeper with reverb. But I don't even do the beats with my mouth anymore. I like
Yeah, you just you producing now. You're more on the producing scale.
exactly
Got
live
you.
producing,
Yeah.
live looping.
But I thought you always did that. That's
No.
why I saw
Nah,
you.
he learned that. He learned
No, it was
that.
all beats.
You made me think that that's what beatboxing was. This whole big not you like I never thought of you as just a beatboxer.
Oh.
Like I thought, oh, this is what real talent is. This is what it's all encompassing.
I see what you mean.
He is like, so you see it as like, this is a beatboxer, this is a musician, this is this, I'm transitioning. I see it as you told us what beatboxing is and you are the new version of
It's kind
it.
of cool.
Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
I see what you're saying there. Yeah, no, beatboxing is just it's elements or just
Took me 26 takes to finally nail.
26.
So did this actually, I mean, I don't feel like I let Kenny get the answer to his question out. Did it bring you girls in high school?
I'm a monogamous, so
In high
there was
school?
an
High
experience. There was oh yeah, and like I've always been like the relationship guy.
Oh, so this got you a girlfriend in high school? Like, did she come up?
Yeah,
like,
I had a
oh,
couple.
Yeah, let me spit something to you, but like, how would that go?
I had a couple.
Let's act that out. Marlene, I want to see how I go. Okay, Marlene, you do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna introduce you. Hey, Brandon, what's up, man? My homegirl Marlene. I think she kind of likes you. I told her, you was cool. I'm gonna bring her
Oh
over
my
to you.
God.
You
Hi,
know,
Kenny. I heard you like do some
Yeah.
stuff, and
What's
I
your
really
fourth
thought it was
period?
cool.
Who's your fourth period teacher?
Mrs. Markham.
That's a good teacher right there. Mrs. Mark, Mrs. Mark was cool.
I mean, I'm not in her AP classes. You're probably way smarter than I am.
Probably, but that's okay because you can beatbox though. So I figure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah, I could beatbox. Hold on. Diddy,
Oh,
Diddy, I'm busy right now, Diddy.
oh yeah. I
my God,
I
he
told you
blew
he
up
was lit.
Diddy.
I
I'm
told
sorry,
you.
they're trying to make my flight in my private jet at 4:30, and I asked for 4:25. It's a big deal.
They tripping. I told you he was lit. I told you he
know.
was.
You want to go get some breadsticks at the cafeteria?
Yes.
I like it.
I think I know what Kenny is looking for because I have this theory.
Give it to me.
So I think that Kenny is looking for a high school fantasy theory because every time we have a guest on, he is looking for that story where they became big and then
Oh,
they were
yeah.
popular in high school and then
Yes,
everyone
I
turned
do.
around and said,
I watch
"You're
too
not
many
bullied
movies."
anymore." Yes, I can tell. I can tell from
I
like,
watch a lot of them. There's always some kind of great triumph. So, like the
Yeah.
last person we had on, she is a popular TikToker as well, but she was popular in high school. So I'm like, do you listen to your teachers still? Do you have to? It's like, I'm already going places, teacher. Did your friend group
that's an interesting
change?
dynamic.
You know what I mean? Like for you,
Introducing it earlier on in life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So for you started becoming popular because of your talent in movies, like Love Don't Cost a Thing. Shout out Nick Cannon in the original. How did it switch up for you then?
Nah,
yeah,
not even
he's the real
close.
thing. Like he's live where he
Yeah.
was bullied and then he,
That's what I'm saying.
you know.
Nah, because I think like one's on a screen and the other one's real life. So
Right. True. But for
But
you, did
yeah,
it?
you did like shifted.
There was, but
You
it's
started
like
doing talent shows.
like
And
it's like
within, he shifted
Yep.
too.
I feel like
Confidence went crazy.
like in a movie, like every character that's casted, they're forced to follow that narrative of someone's life changing before their eyes. But like in high school, like everyone's in their own world, and like, you know, like I don't think anybody woke up in the morning and being like, how can I mess with Brandon and like teasing her? But and so like as my life was transitioning and changing, like everybody else was still in their own world, and it just my presence was like introduced in a different kind of way over time. So there wasn't like any like crazy thing like, and the thing is like, you talk to anyone from my high school, anyone from my middle school, like we were all cool.
Yeah.
Like nothing was like
It wasn't
that
crazy.
That was all
like
internal, you know,
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
It was just like internal in my head and things that I would face and go through. I don't think anybody was
like
in their
malicious and,
intentions.
no, they thought like we are so close.
Yeah.
We can
He
all
won't
joke
mind.
about each other.
That's like 90% of the relationship.
Right. And
Yeah.
likewise, like you could joke about me in those situations, and I can joke about you. The only difference is certain
you popular in high school?
situations. Yeah.
that year was.
I was that person that was like friends with everyone, but also I went to high school in Israel.
Oh.
And it worked like a whole different way there.
It seemed like it probably would.
It worked like a whole different way where the last 2 years I was in boarding school.
Okay.
And it was like just living in the real world. It was just like we were a very small class and we were, But I always we moved around a lot. It was always easy for us to make friends. I think I went to like 10 or 11 different not elementary schools total. And we always had no problem making friends. But because of that, I was really sensitive to bullies because when you move and you're the new person in school, what happens is the person that's most bullied, you're their newest chance at a friend.
Oh, yeah.
So they would always be my first friend.
Yeah.
The person that was the most bullied. And I was like, oh, good, I have someone to talk to right away. And then slowly I'd start learning that they're bullied. And I had a friend once that was so bullied that it was bad, like bullied bad. But I never stopped being our friend and I never jumped to the other side, even though those other people were my friend.
Yeah.
But our first movie that I ever made was about a girl being bullied because of that. And I thought my movie was different because in the end, when she had her makeover and became beautiful, she realized, okay, all these guys like me now, but they're not worthy of my time because they didn't like me before because they're not really seeing what's on the inside.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so interesting to me, like that mental change that goes on, like by shifting something in your life, can you really shift like your confidence?
Yeah, inner you,
and
yeah.
so that's
Absolutely.
what I like, that like he had the power to do that. You can see him do this. So I've seen him switch up his entire life. Like when I met him
In 4 years?
1 month I knew him, he had one life. And then he went away and came back and had a completely different life.
Where'd
and
you go?
I'm not even going to, I will let him tell that story for you. But,
Where were you?
but to make it a little less awkward for him to start it, I'll just tell you. I met him. He had this music. He was so talented.
Yeah.
Like I went to his shows. He had a girlfriend that
Nice.
sang on this music. She is a beautiful singer too. Next thing you know, he disappears, comes back,
Married.
whole different life.
Oh.
Why don't you tell us about that? It was fascinating to me, very inspiring.
When I graduated high school, I was I tried school, I tried 3 jobs, I tried trade school, I tried everything and nothing. So I started street performing, and I did that for over a decade. But the majority of that, like, because I was working at In-N-Out for a while,
I love
and
In-N-Out.
then I love In-N-Out too. I was working at In-N-Out for a while, and then street performing at the same time. And so, like, for my age, at a young age, I was making pretty good money. I moved out to my own 1-bedroom, had paid off my own car by the time I was 21.
Okay, yeah.
From street performing?
From street performing and working at In-N-Out.
Out here in LA?
Because I was making, like, really good money street performing. I was selling merch, selling T-shirts, hats, CDs.
Oh, you were a brand.
What's the most you ever made in a day from street performing?
1,400 in 4 hours.
Wow.
That was Mother's Day in 2000 and... It was like 2014 or 2013.
You remember the day. You're not going to forget that day.
No.
Wow. Did you do anything? I mean, obviously, I know people are in a giving mood, but did you do anything different in your sets? Like direct it more to the mothers? Or
Shout out to Mama Beats. Shout out to Mama Beats. But she was like, it was Mother's Day, and then I had been, because I used to street perform at City Walk.
Okay, yeah.
But that was like arranged and scheduled, and you had to be in the program. So they had scheduled me for that day. It's Mother's Day, so like nobody wants to go street perform on Mother's Day. Like everybody wants to be with their moms. And so my mom was like, you should go street perform because you're probably gonna have like a lot of people out and about and like go celebrate Mother's Day, and you know, it could probably be a great day for you. So she told me to go, and then in my set I was like, yeah, so obviously today's Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. My mom let me come out today, and she supported me coming out instead of spending time with her. She wants me to come and make all you guys happy. And then people were just like,
that's so nice.
just like dropping 20s,
He's
like
so
left
sweet.
and right.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's the most you could make on a normal day?
Like if I went to Santa Monica and set up, like on average, I would make in a day like 400 on a bad day to like maybe like 600-700 on a good day.
Why are you even working at In-N-Out at this point?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Well,
too.
because
That free food?
well,
Do they give you free food at In-N-Out?
I had a lot of friends working there. It
Okay.
was my first job. I started when I was 16. I worked for In-N-Out for like, you know, and I at that time I was like,
Oh, you're the manager now.
if music doesn't work out, not a manager, but if music didn't work out, like I can like still move up in In-N-Out, and like I liked working there, and
Yeah.
you know, it was
It seemed cool.
yeah, and I learned a lot working there about business and
I
like
love that.
labor life and
Yeah.
everything, like what not to take from people and what to take from people, and I just learned a lot from it. But I mean, that wasn't back then. Like if I was like the last 2 years of my street performing journeys, I was making that kind of money because I had everything locked down, my set from start to finish, when to pull in the crowd, when to ask for donations, where they could follow me, how to sell merch, how to package merch to sell it more, to incentivize people more. There's just so many different things about, and so many aspects of like putting yourself in a public setting that a lot of times people just sit there with a guitar, or they just do a song after song that they know or they think people like, but you're just putting so much in chance to have someone stop and engage with you that, you know, a lot of the times people end up wasting their time out there.
Wait, so what are you saying that you felt you did differently? Was it communicating with the audience, or
It's everything. It's like from the moment someone sees you in your element and being able to put something out there or do something other than just what you're doing as a talent to get them to stop.
Yeah.
like what?
Like I had mannequin heads
Oh.
with my hats on them. I had like, you know, half body mannequins with my shirts.
Gotta grab that attention.
So the display, first of all, you're talking about,
Display.
yeah, go through the things that you felt were important to getting people. Because there might be some people that are listening that are like, how
Oh,
do I
that's-
start street performing? Or
If you guys are listening and you
Yeah.
want to learn how to street perform, like DM me. Like I totally talk about this all the time. with
oh,
people.
that would
nice.
be great.
Yeah, I get
yeah.
artists out there all the time, man.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
But like, you know, your sign, like your contact information, like I see people just writing it on pieces of paper and like taping it to their like music stand or something like that. Like you should have like at bare minimum, like a 3x4 foot sign printed. It's like $15-$20. Go to your local print shop, just get it printed out, a sign that you can like either tape, or if you have the ability to like get one of those A-type signs that you see outside of coffee shops that you can like slide a little sign into.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then, you know, you have something that's, the sign is like water resistant. You don't have to worry about rain. You don't have to worry about any, like, you know, that's how they print these things. But appearance for your contact information, like you can scan codes now. Just get a link tree, get your link printed, scan that code when people walk up to it. And then, you know, and then of course your performance, like if you're just there and you're just strumming away and you're singing away, you're inviting, someone's walking by and they're not feeling invited into anything. They feel like they're walking by something that's already taking place. But if you have a set where you like start a show and you have some sort of an intro and you get kind of people to stop and you're about to offer them something that they are becoming invited into, then they're more likely going to be able to stay and watch.
So you are basically, the difference between you is you're not just like part of the ambience of a passerby.
Exactly.
You're literally like guys, the show is starting. Here we are. Give it a few minutes. Great, we have an audience.
You can make it that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can make it more of a spectacle.
Actually, that kind of ties back into what we were saying with that building that sense of community, live inclusion, making some eye contact, letting people know you're there. I feel like, plus you have a warm heart, so I'm sure that like just like people feel that, you know.
So from there to social media, how did we connect those? How do we get from that portion of you to the social media popping version of Brandon that we know?
I got introduced to live streaming in 2019.
Okay. What app?
Bigo Live.
I know Bigo. Okay,
It's where I met my wife.
Nice. On live stream?
Yeah, on live streaming. Her dad was in the live stream the day we live streamed together in a dual live stream. The very first time we ever met, like, never knew anything about each other. It was just like, you know. And her dad was in there and screen recorded because he liked the music I was making.
Yeah.
So we have that the very first day we ever met, virtually 5,500 miles away
Wait,
from
so he
each
was
other.
in there and he was recording you. And what did he say? He said to her, like, hey, come here. You got to hear this guy or what?
No, she was live.
They were
Camila-
like, oh,
my
man.
wife was a
Oh,
live
she was
streamer on
live.
Bigo
Yeah,
also.
they were already
Okay.
up.
And so I met her through another live streamer's live stream. We were both in the comments, and then he's another beatboxer. And then I was like, oh, I beatbox too. Follow me. And so we followed
Look
each
at
other.
that.
And then the next day we did like a dual live stream together. And we were on for a couple hours. And then her dad just, you know, supported her and like was watching her live streams from time to time and stuff. So he just happened to be in that night and screen record, because out of all the live streams she ever did that he ever went into, like, there was no one ever making music and like she was dancing to it and like having a good time. And so he just like recorded it, screen recorded it. And
I just want to backtrack and say that I was correct in my assumption, Brian. You see how he said, yo, I beatbox, follow me. You got a girl from beatboxing. I was right.
Yeah.
Okay? And you got married.
Yeah.
That was your first. Hey, I beatbox too.
That's
Follow
like
me. Bam. Look
fantasy.
at that. You know, movies are real.
Yeah, they're real.
Okay?
Don't-
That is a story.
yeah.
No?
No, they are real. They're real.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
thank
yeah.
you. Thank you,
Movies
Brian,
are
right?
real.
It's so real.
All right. I knew it. I knew it. All right, going back.
Yeah, we just met. And then, you know, 2020 came, COVID,
Oh, yeah.
just, but I had already been introduced to live stream by then. So I started like on TikTok. Before the first day I went viral, like I had a TikTok for over a year. I posted maybe 7 videos in that year. And then my 8th video, I think it was, I posted and I ended up going viral. It's like 14 million views. It's probably like way
Kenny
at the
goes,
bottom.
he's like,
I
where is
know,
it?
because I know Brian
Find
about to he was looking for it. I already
Yeah.
know.
Do you
For a little
remember
while.
me telling you when you came over, you were not on TikTok? Do you remember me saying, you need to go on TikTok?
Yeah, I remember.
We were on my couch and I was like, this guy would be
Okay, that's the bottom.
count
okay.
8. Oh, look at
So there's Vinnie. Yeah, that's when you were telling me to
Look
start.
how
So
pretty you are.
okay, maybe
Oh, yeah.
not 7, maybe like 20 videos.
It's okay.
But
It was close. Oh, okay, and you looping with the machine to make it, yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
Why do girls who hardly do a thing keep blowing up?
Yeah.
I just made a trappy with my mouth, ain't that enough?
It is.
If this don't go viral, I'ma cut off both of my arms. I'm on the verge of greatness, bitch. Somebody sound the alarms like.
Yeah.
Drop.
I like that.
Thank God he
like
didn't have
it.
to cut off his arms.
that's exactly what everybody said in the comments.
I like it.
Oh, yeah.
I like it a lot.
But yeah, I posted that, and then
You knew. You knew
Yeah.
right then. I
That
gotta
was-
keep doing this.
Did you
a
know
lot
it
of
would go
things.
viral? Because we've been asking this, right?
Yeah.
Like, did you know that would go viral?
nah.
You didn't, yeah. And but when it hit, what did you do? You woke up the next day and looked like, oh my God.
I woke up the next day to, I think it was like 425,000 followers. and everybody's like everyone's in the comments be like, where the fuck is he? Like, because I mean, like, I never, even the views from the videos before that video, like they were at like 10, 20, 60 views, and they're only where they are now because
of course, because
how long I've had my TikTok now. But like, yeah, everybody was like, I guess the thing was like, you needed to like make sure you were on top of it in case it went viral. And then like the next day I woke up at like 6 or 7 in the morning, saw there was like 400,000 followers, but I didn't remember. It didn't hit me. Like, it didn't hit me. So I went back to sleep.
Oh, okay.
And then I woke up again, like later on, like around 9:30, 10 in the morning. And then I was like, what the do I do right now? I had no idea what to do. And then, you learn. Like, I posted content after that wasn't related to the first video, so why would anybody want to watch that? Why would the algorithm push it out? Like just everything you don't know about the things that you need to do after you go viral for the first time, and then you
figured it out. So everything beyond that point has been pretty similar to what you first do in that realm.
No, it's always changed.
Yeah,
everything's always changed.
It does.
Everything's changing right now.
It is.
The content you're thinking about posting, it's like, it's changing.
Yeah. So. But for you in the music realm, how do you stay on top of it and even come close to the glory that you're at? As a creator, how do you even explain that to individuals?
You don't. You don't. You just don't. There's no way to, as soon as you lock it in, and that is how it's meant to be. As soon as you lock it in, if you let too many people get good at it, then there's no incentive to break your content into something new, to develop something new, to outreach into something new. And then the apps lose engagement. Then the apps lose their credibility because you become something that is already there. Too many people do it. It becomes saturated. And the only way creators push their boundaries and find new ways to put new engaging content out there is by making sure that the content they already were successful in doing is no longer going to be successful, forcing them to make new content.
I haven't heard
Slow down
that.
a second. Wait.
You get
that?
rattled it.
Hold on. You're saying like
yeah, it's a lot.
this is something I haven't
TikTok,
heard before.
just on TikTok.
Let's go with TikTok.
Just on TikTok.
TikTok.
Just on TikTok.
So if you blow up doing something, you can only do that for a certain amount of time, or do you not become the OG of it, and then that prevents anybody else from getting in?
That's exactly it. You become you are known. Like, there's a lot of creators, for example, like Call Me Chris. She's
I love her.
She's reached a point where it's like she brought the storytelling and like the creative like
different
into
characters
that,
and
bringing multiple characters.
Up.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there were maybe even thousands and tens of thousands of people doing it before her, but she's the one who broke out in that niche, and so that's what she has to do continuously now no matter what, because of the amount of engagement that she gets. TikTok is never going to allow her content to fall. It's just never going to allow her content to fall.
Have you heard of
She's always going to have that leg up in the race no matter what. She can post. I mean, like, people get paid to do sponsored ads all the time, and it's just a general consensus. Those posts don't do as well as like the original content creators' content.
Yeah.
So, but she could put out a post for a paid advertisement, and maybe they're putting money behind the post, maybe they're not. But if she posts something, it's still gonna do significantly better than the average person's content because of who she is and her account status. That goes to a lot of different people. But for the majority of the people who they are finding their direction in TikTok. They're finding how to promote their music, finding how to promote their art, and going through all the trials and errors to make it happen. They will reach a moment of success and then almost immediately be followed by finding new ways because the content that they just went viral for is not going to be the same viral, trendy thing that gets them to virality in 2 to 3 months, in 4 to 5 months.
So, for example, applying this to you, when you made that video, you felt like not to make more of this, you felt like I got to be ahead of the curve with something else?
No, I made that and I was like, okay, now like I'm not ready for it, so I just have to put any kind of content out to like hope to retain these people.
And did you?
And I did that, and it worked, and it works against you. Like you need to have some sense of direction. If you're telling a story that goes viral, you need to have a follow-up story to it, a part 2. You need to, if you're putting a series out there, you need to have introduced. Like there's this one dude that I follow. Gosh, I wish I knew his name off the top of my head. Too. But he does this fun thing. He's like, he makes fun of podcasts where he's like these dudes with these podcasts, and he's like, you want to hear something interesting?
I hate him.
So I found out the other day, and like he developed this character that works in the studio of the podcast that no one's ever seen before, named Chris. And Chris, he's like, Chris is already leaving because he's heard me talk about this all week long. And then he just says like stupid random facts that make no sense, right? And everybody in the comments of every single video, no matter what kind of video there is, everyone's talking about Chris. No one knows what Chris looks like.
Yeah.
Chris doesn't even exist. It's just someone that he's talked about every single podcast. And so that's like, that's a new niche that like people, and then the day he decides to unveil Chris, you know, if he does it right, it's gonna launch a whole new sector into his content, where now Chris might have his own podcast, or maybe Chris was tired of this podcast. He was like, F it, I'm getting up out of here, I'm starting my own podcast. And then now Chris is the new face of that brand or whatever, and he has a new way to move into. But for the majority of people who are just throwing content out there, hoping that something sticks to the wall, they might have their viral moment because organic reach is very attainable within TikTok. They might have their viral moment. They might get their viral video. They might do 3 or 4 of them. They might even do 10 or 20 of them. But for every 10 or 20 video they're putting out there, or every one viral video they're putting out there, you're putting out hundreds of videos that just flop.
Yeah.
And you think that you're going to be able to reach that virality again because you did it once, but as soon as you think of all the things you did first to get there, they're already changing. So by the time you think you're about to get to there again, you're putting all this time and energy into something that doesn't work anymore, and you need to figure out the new stuff that is working.
Let me clarify. Are you then talking about more about the people that are putting random things hoping to hit, rather than the people that know exactly where they want to go and what they're doing and built like a character or a persona or a subject?
Like if you're an artist, and your goal is to put your music out there and hope that people find it.
Yeah.
That concept, that one streamlined concept, put my music on TikTok and hope that it goes viral, people find it. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of ways to deliver that concept and to put that concept into a video format. Most of the artists out there are seeing this TikTok creator is doing this and it's working for them. This one's doing this, it's doing for them. So they're trying so desperately, we're all trying so desperately to just find what works for us, and then eventually you'll find something that hits, but by the time that comes, usually within a month or two, the algorithm's changing again because it's constantly changing, so then it doesn't work anymore, and you're like, I'm doing exactly the thing I did last time for my video to go viral, and nothing's happening. I'm not getting the results that I got from that one video because things are constantly changing. TikTok, for the amount of people on it, needs to continue to put as much content that will either perform mediocrely, decently, or virally. They need to have that demand of video content. So the fact that they're making so many creators chase this algorithm is providing them the inventory for people to continue to stay on the app for hours, because you'll see viral videos, you'll see videos with 5, 10 likes, you'll see 100,000 views, 2,000 views, you'll see it all. But if you just gave everybody the ability to go viral with one set format, then you're not there. There's no way, you're going to be able to fulfill that inventory while simultaneously making that incentive to try to go viral.
Do you work for TikTok?
Well,
you got the gems, baby. You coming with it.
Let me ask you this. Why are you not Call Me Chris? Meaning, like, what is different, but why do you feel like your content can't just be, and we follow you for all of that? Like, why in this story is Call Me Chris, like whatever this person wants to do and, is always going to work. But then you went viral. When you sneeze in the Jewish religion, it means it's true.
Oh,
so then but you had, a viral video. You're doing something that I don't feel like anybody else does. Why do you feel you need to change your content and you're not?
That's exactly the question everybody asks. That's
Touché.
why to
There's
the
no
people,
answer
that's why
really
to the
for it.
people who are in that driver's seat, it makes no sense to a lot of them. Like, for example, Keith Lee.
Oh yeah, we talk
Everyone
about him.
knows Keith Lee's.
Yep.
Everyone knows his name now. Keith Lee started with his chair, his kids' table, his kids' chair, and he developed like the format. A lot of food reviews, people do it at the restaurant, people
Yep.
do it here, people do it there, people do it, and there's no consistency behind the way you do it. But he ended up putting these videos, and do you think TikTok, with the amount of leverage that Keith Lee does, like you can even go see in his videos now, like they definitely take longer, and he's expanding his content that he's posting on TikTok into different niches, in different markets.
He's great.
He's great. He's amazing. But you can see it's taking a little bit longer for his videos to get to the millions now. You see things are changing. His content is changing. The algorithm's changing. So there's things in effect. But TikTok will never let his account go down.
No.
TikTok will never let his account fall because of how much pull he has.
A lot.
But for the average person who might get, like, he's the one, like, I would consider the first person to, like, make this happen on TikTok, in my perspective.
Yeah.
And I
He
think
is.
a lot of people share that perspective. He's the first person to like, now you see all these other food review people going out there, like, trying to mimic, maybe they're doing the food reviews in their car.
Yep, putting
Maybe
their
they're
own
doing
spin
the
on
food
it.
review- putting their own spin on it. But copy paste. But they're not giving, there's, for all the people that are doing that form of content, following that format, there's only one Keith Lee.
Yep.
You have, so for me, like, I just haven't, like, for me, I think, even though I went viral in that video,
Yeah.
I don't feel like that was big enough of some sense of a brand, some sense of like a story to tell that people like engage. People engage with Keith because of his story, because he shares parts of his life. That people, with Chris developed, it was so intriguing that there were so many different characters that you can tie into and latch onto, that you could see yourself in this one. You can see yourself in this one. So it's almost like not even up to you anymore.
Right.
They just created something that is so unique and so well developed that can expand beyond a few months on TikTok, be year-long creators with successful accounts. Keith is on his way. Keith
Definitely.
last year started doing that. Keith is now, now Keith doesn't even have to really rely on TikTok.
He doesn't. He has a show coming out. He got different stuff he's doing with celebrities.
But for the
like,
most part, these are just the innovators that were once sitting in a position where hundreds of thousands of people
Yeah.
are sitting in right now, and they're just they made it happen. They figured out how to make it happen, but now they're there.
I think, this is just my perspective, from an outside point of view, I think there's only one box of beats.
Of course, there's only one box. of
No,
beats.
absolutely.
but I have not seen anybody comparable. I think if you continue with that and tell your story through the music, like, you got us involved. I think the thing with the story thing for you is, like, in that moment, you're like, hey, don't let me down, guys. You're talking to us through the song. I feel like that's where you can connect with everybody else to get your story out, is that, because I think you are the only one. Like, in my opinion, you are the only one. From an outside point of view, no one can do what you can do.
Oh, there are people on that loop station.
Yeah.
This is why I don't, like, beatboxing. Like, I love beatboxing.
Yeah.
It changed my entire life, but I don't affiliate it
Yeah.
with it anymore. There are people in Europe, the beatboxing community in Europe is
ridiculous.
It's something different than here in
Yeah.
the States. You will literally, they have looping competitions where you find some of these videos. Like, if you just went to, like, Grand Beatbox Battle, loop station battles or whatever, and you saw some of the things that these people are doing with their voice and the way they're like manipulating their vocals within a loop station. If you had your eyes closed and you were listening to what they're doing, and you were listening to, like, a regular DJ just performing at a music festival, like electronic festival, not only would you have a hard time differentiating, but you would probably think the person creating the music on the loop station was even better. Like,
Yeah. Are they on TikTok?
they're on TikTok, they're on YouTube. There's a whole community invested in making beatboxing.
I guess I only have eyes for box of beats.
Yeah.
It's okay. But, like, you will never see an event with, like, there's got to be a few thousand people in that audience.
Yeah.
You will never see an event like this in the United States, ever, because this community doesn't exist here.
That's true.
That's all with his voice.
What?
That's not his authentic acoustic voice, but he's using his voice to record sounds and then manipulating those sounds within the loop station. It's a whole different ballpark out there, but
That's amazing.
we're in the United States, you know?
Well, what's your tactic now then? Like what, I see you doing a lot of going all over the place on TikTok.
I have my story, I have my music, and that's it. I'm no longer like, after doing this for as long, I go live on TikTok all the time too. And I do like live performing on TikTok. And after doing this for a while now, since COVID, like everything I've learned, it's just like, as an artist, the only thing I want to accomplish is getting the right people to find my music, just not everybody.
Really?
I think
That's
everybody on TikTok wants everybody to see their stuff. They want everybody to find them, everybody to find their product that they're selling or whatever, which makes sense if you're in retail, if you're selling a product. But for artists, like not everyone likes electronic music. As soon as I say electronic music, I'm trying to get insurance, special event insurance for my concert next month. You know, I'm just the back end stuff. And as soon as you say electronic, as soon as you say hip hop, as soon as you say rap, like it turns off, you know, the insurance companies and they don't want to insure your event. So like I'm a subgenre within electronic music, but as soon as I say electronic music, it's like it already, half of the population is gone because a lot of people don't like electronic music. So rather than trying to put a video that's intended for TikTok, they want to push that video to as many people as possible. I'm just sticking to making content that I know if I keep putting out there the right people, the electronic community, the people who like melodic electronic music, melodic techno, some of the same artists that I like and inspire my music, the content that I'm doing, I'm just putting my story out and making it. And what has been proven to be working is that those people out there are finding it.
So as an artist, with some, you know, 'cause I have a lot of artist homies, and TikTok specifically, because, you know, YouTube, you can put your music videos on and a lot of behind the scenes things of that magnitude, and it, you know, it'll do pretty well. But on TikTok specifically, as an artist, what do you think would be step 1 and 2 to approaching it? You're an artist, you're new to TikTok. Do you just start throwing things at the wall, seeing what works? Because or what do you do?
For TikTok, rather than answering what I do, I think like the most common mistake I see with people on TikTok and putting their content out, promoting their music, is as soon as you come across the video, like you're scrolling through your For You page and you see a video where there's like the text that they put on the video is like meshed into the bottom caption, or it's like there's something that's being blocked off, or something's too big, or like there's like the font color that they used, it doesn't contrast well with the background, so you don't see the font really well, or there's no border along the font. Just visually, the most common mistake I see is like people like not knowing where the dimensions are within the thing, and then like you'll never, like almost all the time those videos never do well.
Yeah,
So
I've
like,
done that before where I put it on and then I press post and I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know. No one put parameters for me to know this was gonna.
Backgrounds do really well of the font boxes. Like backgrounds do really well, but then you don't want to put so much background in your small screen.
Right.
So like you need to measure things correctly. You need to know where things fall when you post a video. It blows up your video when you post it compared to what you're looking at when you're in the editor. So those just like common mistakes that like people can like easily just look at a YouTube video and find out like how to like lock everything down. And then the most common thing that I see amongst viral videos is just that first caption card, the first title card, saying something or making me read something that's going to captivate me or engage me within the first 3 seconds or pinch my interest.
On the video or in the caption?
In the video.
In the video.
In the video, in text?
Because you always look at the screen first and what the video is showing.
Yep.
And then if you're interested, you go hit read more at the bottom.
Yeah.
And sometimes you won't even see anything at the bottom. Sometimes you'll see a long ass story, but if the first thing you see on your screen can get you to want to read that story, like you see sometimes captions with like 50 hashtags and like, all the characters used up, maximum character limit used up. And then you're reading that video is playing in the background and it's just like oozing to the algorithm. Yeah. Like, oh, this person's staying on this video like for,
Have you seen?
But not on TikTok, right? Because you can't write so much in a TikTok caption.
It's like, oh no, you can definitely.
You can go crazy on
there.
there.
There are people writing novels.
Yeah, you can go crazy.
But I thought it has a limited amount of characters.
It's a lot of characters.
There's a limit.
lot.
I've ran into that issue too, where I try to write a lot and it doesn't seem like a lot, but then you'll see videos with like
take up like the
full
whole
on
thing.
novels, like 4 or 5 paragraphs.
No way. Guys.
Yeah, I don't know what
you
that.
can
I don't know
only
what
even
it
put
is.
like 3 hashtags before in a caption, and then it's.
I've seen some long
TikTok, yeah.
Because for sure, wow.
Yeah.
I noticed you focus a lot on the visual. You feel like the visual right away. The presentation is the most.
I feel like that's what you have to do because
Right.
it doesn't matter what follows in the video. It just matters how people are presented to it within the first few seconds.
Do you feel that? So do you feel that you have to have text in the video?
Oh yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
And is that like captions of what you're saying or introducing a story?
Unless visually it's already something that's like for example, if you see someone's like shaky ass hand like video recording something and you see people like imagine like a Walmart parking lot and then like you just like see like people like kind of moving like this, like they're moving around and like the phone's like trying to film it. You're already like being like what is that? You know what I mean? You don't have to read anything. And then all of a sudden you see like maybe some like arms moving quickly or something like that. And then it's like someone's fighting in a parking lot.
Yep, world
so
star.
you'll be like, oh, what's going on here?
World star.
Exactly. But, if it's just someone sitting like this on camera and, there's nothing on screen about to relay any information of any sense. And then they just start talking like scroll. No one's going to wait for that.
So what if a bird's dancing, right? Would you rather see like, and he's getting really into like his thing, like when Vinnie did the WAP song or whatever, would you rather see text go, watch what Vinnie is about to do? Or just like, hear me
it's so
go?
funny.
My bird loves WAP. That's what I
this is so funny that you saw it because I thought about this one day. I remember not too long ago, I thought about this one day. The idea of a bird dancing like Vinnie, going crazy, in its essence, like where people would be so intrigued, it's just simply the idea that it's a bird dancing, right? But if you have like stuff in the background, like maybe you're in your kitchen or something and you have like all the cages in the background or the pool in the background or whatever, it's like you're already moving people away from the idea of just a bird dancing because you're already incorporating in the visual other things. But if you had like a squared out room or something with like a flat backdrop and you just played the background music like on the video, like, feed playback, and you can hear the bass, or you could hear the melody really well, and all of a sudden, like, there's this bird, like, just literally dancing by herself, whatever, then, like, that is...
Vinnie, this is...
I was wondering, I was like, what is that? Is he here?
So imagine all of the stuff in the background, you and me weren't there, and all it was your voice in the video, and then, like, a flat background, and Vinnie well lit. With like a really pretty colorful background that contrasts.
We have done that before.
Yeah, but not just Vinnie, like just like straight up like Vinnie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you just
with Vinnie, just Vinnie.
Just Vinnie.
Yeah.
Close up.
I filmed one of those yesterday. I tried to get him to dance to the Barbie song.
Okay.
He was not into the Barbie song.
The original or the Nicki Minaj one?
Both. He hated both.
No.
It did, the Nicki Minaj
I can
didn't have
understand
enough
the original,
beat for him.
but come on, not the Nicki
and
one.
I was like, come
You're supposed
on,
to be
I
a
need you to dance to
Barb.
Barbie right now. You're pink.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the artist creators Fly in the Boss? Am I saying that correctly?
Oh my God. So I know the guy that films their videos.
He's a
Evan
genius.
Blum. Yeah, he's I mean, he's been doing that for a long time. I met him street performing. I met his whole family street performing. I remember
Have you seen
the
that?
Blum family, Evan Blum.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm getting it.
While he's getting it, let me ask you. So
Hello,
you're saying if
Chris.
Vinnie was just in a background, like spotlight on him,
Really crisp camera lens,
Yeah.
vertical, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like maybe like you do some sort of like text caption, like Vinny's like talking to the viewer, rate my dance moves 1 through 10. And then a song starts playing really well, and then Vinny just starts dancing and stuff like that. Quick little ones, easy 10, 15 second digestible videos.
because I wanted to do like
Go
his
to their
reaction
TikTok,
to different
Brian.
songs. Because some he will dance
There
to,
you go.
and some he will not. Like you can't get him to, Ooh.
Well, no, you got to show you the TikTok because the TikTok
Yeah, the
is
TikTok
where
is
the
where-
TikTok is
Okay.
where it started.
She basically runs through all these different environments. They run it through all the
verse,
yeah. The first line in their song, "Hello Christ, I'm about to sin again." I mean,
Christ,
that's all you needed.
I'm about to sin again.
That is such a top line. Yeah, that is such a well written line. And then what follows after is like, God, like, you know, it's like
Maybe spins.
it's her personality and showing it through her songwriting, but it's all hard. It's like the hardest line I've heard in a really long time.
I love
your friends filmed these guys?
My friend Evan Blum, he films their
That's what,
videos.
and everyone always,
I think
and that's the
I think his
thing.
TikTok is filmed
And,
by
and
Evan.
people always ask that, yo, who's the dude shooting?
I filmed for some of them. I filmed them too, doing the same thing, but for dance. My friend who's a choreographer has
Look at that.
come and set.
Sick.
It's a fly in the boss universe right now. Look at that.
Filming them,
Some-
having a run, and it was like a whole 30 people with them.
Yeah.
They were running, dancers were running with them, and then they
Yeah.
went into the studio.
And they started a trend with it.
They did. So they
That's
blew
so
up.
cool.
So what happened then from that, Marlene, people would be in the comments. Can you run at the movies, run at the mall,
Run at Apple.
run at Apple, run
at Google. I think it was
and
Google, yeah.
and Google. Then big brands come on Google comment, come run here. Chipotle, come do that
See,
here.
that is
And
that is literally testament to
Yeah.
like there will never be another
Right.
pioneer
No.
within that niche.
Right,
They
yeah.
are now.
Yeah.
And now TikTok has seen it's almost like TikTok will be able to learn about these creators because of the motion that they're creating within the app. So as soon as that happens, like whether they get contacted by TikTok or not, or like a connect at TikTok or somebody, it's just like the algorithm is already programmed to make sure that account is getting priority.
Okay, hold on one second. Did you learn anything from this? Because you're gonna have to set a trend. Were you listening to what he said? Because he was talking a lot about you and what kind of background
He
you
been
need.
chilling.
Yeah.
Does Vinnie wear any cute outfits?
No.
Can you put
Jersey
outfits on
does.
birds?
Yeah, Jersey wears outfits.
Jersey
Did you
wears a
learn
sweater.
anything from that?
How?
You were being so good. It's
Like what?
Crazy.
But doesn't like a shirt or hoodie or something confine the wings and stuff?
No,
or-
they make him special for
well, he's not gonna wear anything ever, but Jersey does.
Oh, do you have pets?
I have a red-eared slider.
Oh, is that
It's a turtle.
What?
Oh,
It's like I don't know
I don't
if
know
this
what-
is gonna be a lizard.
I don't know what that
Red-eared
is.
I don't
slider,
think
Zimbabwe.
it's a dog.
I was
Like,
going on.
is it a glider?
I was
Does he
gonna
have a
lie, but like,
sugar
oh yeah,
glider?
you got one of those. That's cool. I had
I have
that.
a lot of friends who have a lot of aquatic animals. I was just sorry, never mind.
Yeah,
I was in my own element. My bad.
yeah,
my own
right.
headspace.
Right, you guys.
Have you heard of the Norwegian cruise-eyed black-tailed?
Is that from Harry Potter? Because that's what I'm gonna think.
Some girl in the building just told me about the dog she has, and I was like, I have to Google that. I've never heard of that. and already
I
forgot.
rarely know breeds of anything animal related.
Same.
Majority. Okay.
Yeah, because you said
I
Commodores.
said the Commodores when
for
we was talking about
condors. I have it on video. Like,
something. It got to be the same thing, Brian. Right?
Commodore 64.
That's right. Damn. All right.
wait. So yeah. So as far as like your advice for TikTok for music, so far it's been very visual. What
Definitely.
about like? Here's a technical question I have for you.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to this. I actually want to ask somebody. How do you get your music like on TikTok that like, you know, it's in the circle, like your own song? You know what I mean? How would you do that?
Yeah, there's a program within TikTok you can join. For me, I was experiencing that's the answer. There's like a program when you go to your distribution company, like mine is DistroKid. There's TuneCore, whatever, CD Baby, anything. They always like when they throw your music out to these platforms for them to have in their own database. A lot of the times, a lot of the problems that come from with that artist face is that they'll get copyright infringements on their own content because it's their own song, and there's no way to contact TikTok about that effectively. So when I upload my music, I don't even put it on TikTok. Like I don't select TikTok as a store to distribute my music because
You've
one,
never done that?
Because one, they barely pay anything for it, and two, I was having more of my videos muted like 3 months after they went up,
Yeah.
2 weeks after they went up. immediately when they went up.
Because you went and then wanted to perform that song, and then it was like flagged because it's.
Or I would just put the song to any of my videos. And a lot of the times, like when you have your music on TikTok, they give you like the option to have up to 60 seconds. But all of my videos were long form. You know, if I'm playing a song, I need to get a chorus, I need to get a verse in. You know, I can't, if you just put 5 seconds of a song, like, unless you put Hello Christ, I'm about to sin again, you know, then, you know, that's, you know, then there's no point in putting a video out for that long. You need more time. So I would always run into you've exceeded the max amount of time allowed for this song or whatever the case may be. So,
but doesn't that prevent people then from not being able to like share it and use it and like make it? Because hasn't some music gone popular because of being on TikTok in that way?
Yeah, definitely. Like, for example,
Ice Spice
like,
got popular from TikTok, I think.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, somebody saves that video in their camera roll from Flying a Boss, and then they make their own video. Then they go into a video editing app. They pull the audio from there, put it on their new video, upload it onto TikTok, and at the bottom, it's now that creator's handle, the new creator's handle, and it just says original. Like, it's not titled. There's no. It's not like, you know, Adele's blank or Rihanna's blank.
Yeah.
It's just that. So. Right. Regardless of if you do it or not, or if you have your official music in their official database, like, people are going to take the videos, people are going to share the videos, people are going to duet the videos, people are going to do it, and it's always going to
be a different sound.
There's never going to be a straight run to who's the original creator unless everyone's using that audio from that little circle thingy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. In my head, I imagined that, like, okay, you know, use this real quick.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people just save the video because they have their own concept for their own TikTok idea, or like, you know, a lot of people use my music for, like, you know, scenic videos, like they're out on a hike or something, or like
that's what I'm about to do.
They're out, like someone used my song for jumping out of a plane for skydiving, you know. So like,
what's a good song of yours to use for a drama scene?
For drama, MIA.
Okay.
Once he did this
Let me
thing
remember that.
where he made like a song without lyrics, and he said, okay, I want someone to come up with like a verse to this or something.
You did it?
I didn't post it, but I practiced one all night.
Is it on here?
No, I never posted it.
You were going to sing?
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Can you give it to us?
I don't even remember it,
Oh,
but I thought that was fun. I was like, oh wow, if I had the balls to post this.
Yeah, well, post it.
I didn't like film it. I just.
Brian, can you make her posting so we can, you know, please?
I thought
cool.
that
That
was
was
fun
nice.
because it was like a cool like challenge. You know, I think it's probably hard to get a lot of people to do it.
This is one of your songs right here?
That's one of them. That's one we just put. That's the most recent release we just put out.
Yeah, man, we go to that.
There was.
How'd you come up with the name Box of Beats? It's a
I
group.
didn't. Someone gave it to me. It was like a 5-year-old child.
What?
Oh.
It's such a great name.
Yeah.
Are
I'll
you
tell you that
kidding me?
story.
Why wouldn't you lead with that? Should have told us that at the beginning.
So we flew to Brazil. My wife's from Brazil, and we were there for.
Oh, you got budgets.
Okay.
You
Oh, no,
fly to
trust me,
Brazil? Oh, you got. He's doing it, y'all. He got it going.
It's about a mermaid finds this guy stranded at sea and puts a ring on him that keeps him captivated for.
Are you in the video?
No.
Is your wife in the video?
No.
So, but y'all just went out there because this is her location and you knew all the best spots to create what you were trying to create. Oh,
We just wanted to. Yeah.
what's going on here?
That's another thing. Like when he was talking about his life and meeting his wife, she lived in Brazil. He literally left the country.
UK. She lived in the UK at
Where
the
she
time.
live?
And then she
Oh.
moved back home to Brazil.
You didn't say that.
Yeah,
I
that
thought she
was
was
the
in
whole
LA
thing.
this whole time.
No.
And y'all went on a
He
coffee
went-
date next or something.
That's what I mean by he disappeared and like went on this whole thing.
Oh, yeah,
and
we
came
didn't even
back
talk-
to LA.
So you left America and went overseas to meet your wife that was on live stream, stayed over there for 3 months.
No. So we met, we talked every day for a while, for like 7 months, and then I flew to UK to meet her for the first time. I stayed there for a month. 3 days after I got there, they went into tier 2 lockdown.
Oh.
So then she went back home to visit family for a while, and then it kind of just started picking up again with COVID. So
Yeah.
she she wanted to be closer. So then I went out there for a month, and then both of our families went to Mexico for 2 weeks to meet, and that's where I proposed. And then we got married all within a year.
And you telling me life ain't a movie? Y'all gonna let me sit here? What are we talking about? That is a movie.
I know, that's what I was kind of trying to tell you. But I now I realize that you are looking for that emotional triumph in movies.
There it is, there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like he switched his whole life
Can I just be honest with you?
Yeah.
Just go to Brazil, dude.
Oh no.
Just go to
comes
Brazil.
back. He's like, by the way, I'm married now. I'm like, this whole life was different. I was like, oh wow, okay.
Nice.
Brazilian women are
They're so nice.
just the most loyal, loving, gracious, beautiful souls out there. Yeah. And they're gorgeous.
And you are in a relationship.
Hey now, listen. Hey, but listen here. Listen. I can listen. I can dream.
I know, but your face is like,
Wow, I still want to go to Brazil.
Excuse me. Yeah, Diddy. I'll be right there. I'll be right there, Diddy.
Don't leave.
Be right back, Diddy.
We're all right here. What's Marlene? Damn. Jesus, Brian,
So next on the itinerary for the podcast is
shifting gears. Nah, I'm just playing.
Shifting gears.
So wait, what song? So when you did that in Mexico, this is when your love life. Was there a song that you had to play, or how did that even? Because I'm like I like kind of hearing like proposal stories. I wish somebody would make like a show about it. Is there a show?
Yeah, there used to be.
Is there?
I don't know. I remember as a kid
90
watching
Day Fiancé?
these.
No. I love 90 Day Fiancé though.
This whole show on proposals.
Not the wedding dress one.
No. It's nothing that's now. I think I was a kid and I just remember watching this maybe episode on something, and it was all these crazy proposals.
That should be a thing now. Okay, but how'd yours go?
the proposal.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Was it simple?
Tell us
Was it
about
easy?
the
Was it,
proposal.
well,
We
you had to ask the dad.
We were just at the Airbnb that we had. It was like
The whole family?
It was really it was like a really nice condo complex, and they had like pools on the roof.
So they were cool with this. The family, both sides of the family were all right with.
Yeah, they I mean, the first time they met was we everybody knew that the purpose of the trip was an engagement trip, and that
what?
We were all.
Oh, but she didn't know though.
She knew.
Oh, she knew. She knew she was going to get proposed to?
We knew we were going to end up together married.
But did she know this is the day that you're...
She didn't know when, but she knew it was going to happen on the trip at some point.
Oh, she did. That's interesting. How did that happen? How did she, know?
Because we talked about it.
So she was still surprised though.
Yeah,
Look
she
at all
was,
these
she,
questions
she was
I
so
have.
surprised. The way we did it
shocked.
was amazing. She was like... She came to Mexico, we proposed, and then the plan was to come back to LA with me after the proposal trip to get married. So she knew we were already going to get married. We already knew we had already talked to lawyers and everything and started the process of immigration and everything.
Nice.
Everything was already we were set in stone, and then we went to Mexico, got engaged, came back to LA, got married, and now it's been 3 years of pure bliss.
That is true love right there, Marlene.
Are you, really into love stories?
Who isn't?
Then why aren't you, married already?
God
Because you
Marlene.
marriage your girl. He's over here and then, by the way, he has the most beautiful,
LA is you move a little slower pace in LA. I feel like if I was back in Detroit where I'm from, I would have been.
You would have been.
With
But
9
what are you
kids
waiting
kinda
for
thing.
right now?
Oh.
First time I met him, he's like, "So where's your kids at? Isn't
What?
it about time? You should be having kids." And I'm
She
like,
was
"Shouldn't
married
you be
for
having kids?"
10 years.
Times are changing.
Times are changing.
I wasn't. Never mind. That's a whole different story. Anyway.
Hey, see that? See that? Yeah, but love, who doesn't like a great love story? We literally watch and immerse ourselves into these films and other people's lives, on celebrities' lives and all this blogs and stuff like that because of love.
I know.
You know?
So
Get
going, Kenny. Get your own love story.
Yeah, I mean,
Kenny wants to be 60 in his proposal story.
I can get my George Clooney on and still be all right. Nah,
Yeah, you could.
What was your? Give us.
What?
Give us,
What?
your, see? I want to hear, we want to get into your.
I think we did already.
We did.
Yeah. So, okay. I'm going to ask you some questions that we've been asking every creator, first of all, because I think our viewers want to know. First of all, obviously you were doing really well when you were street performing, which is so inspiring and so amazing.
Yeah. I can't do it.
I could not. I have stage
I am
fright.
shy,
It's really bad.
which
Me
is
too.
crazy.
Yeah, I know. We're like...
I don't even know how we're doing this.
We're two peas in a pod, me and you.
I am shy.
Yeah, me too. But now, okay, so you go on TikTok. Like, where is your income coming from? Can you, as a music creator, earn enough money from TikTok or from social media itself?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can.
Build a community on TikTok.
Build a community. We keep
Build a
saying that's our
community.
thing.
We have a Discord. Big shout out to Rick DeMoose.
Rick the Moose.
She's the one who built our Discord, and it's a subscription-based Discord.
Was it her?
Yeah.
Rick the Moose?
Erica. Yeah. Rick DeMoose.
I think it's Dumb Moose.
DeMoose. Rick
Rick
DeMoose.
the Moose. Okay, shout out E
Yeah.
Weezy. Yeah, I was
Wait.
not ready for that.
So basically, you're having people subscribe on Discord.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how many people do you have on there?
Currently, I think it's like 130.
I need to do
And
that.
what do they get on Discord?
So at the very lowest tier, you get our membership card, which when I go on tour, you can use this membership card to go and attend secret like meetings and events and stuff, basically. So like when I'm in your neighborhood, like you just show up, show the membership card, and like you can hang out with us. And then full access to our Discord. And then the next tier, you get that stuff. And then we do, like I pull pictures from you, like you send me pictures, or we get to know each other in our Discord every day and stuff. And just know a little bit more about each other's personal lives. So I take those facts, things about you, and then the videos and pictures you send me, and then I make really funny, comedic, stupid videos.
Nice.
And celebrate it on your birthday when it's your birthday. So we just did one last night. And so we celebrate your birthdays. Sometimes we'll have cake, sometimes we'll have balloons during the live stream on TikTok. And then the last one, you get all that, and you can do a one-on-one video chat with me every month.
Who's managing all this, though? Because I know for a fact from like Patreon, this is a lot to manage. Like, who's saying, first of all, let's talk about tier 1. Who's arranging these like meetups when you're in the area where they can like use their pass and all that? That's a lot to manage in itself.
You do all
are.
yourself.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
I have Rick DeMoose is my right hand. She's the one, like, there's a lot of things like on Twitch and Discord and things like that she's immersed in, she knows very well. And she's been a saint for our community. And, she helps out a lot. Like whenever we need to develop a new aspect to our page, Patreon, that's done. That's
Done. No more Patreon.
Patreon. I don't know if you're on Patreon, right? Patreon is,
It's out of here.
I am not
A fan.
I'm not a fan.
Dang.
Tell me why.
Because they make it impossible to directly connect with your
They
audience.
do. They make it really like for example, like here are some of my issues with Patreon. It's like I really had a pretty good group on Patreon, but communicating with them was impossible. I couldn't just suddenly send a video. I had to make a video, put it somewhere else, get that link, and then everything was so
And
hard.
hope that they find it in their email links
okay.
because they only get email notifications.
Right.
So no Patreon.
and-
Let people know that's
So
done.
I actually had a great history with Patreon in terms of like I love my patrons. I call them my flighters club, but I feel like Patreon as a software has let me down. And because it's let me down, I have more energy to go post a story on Instagram is so easy. I can do it in my sleep. I do it every day, all day. But going and giving back to the people that are giving to me is so hard on Patreon, and it's not
Hire
fair.
Rick DeMoose and move to Discord.
Discord is where it's
Maybe
at
I
now.
can.
Hire Rick
Can you help me with
DeMoose.
that?
Discord
Because
is
like
where
To
it's at.
Discord. Discord has bots set up where if someone misses a payment or a payment is delayed, if it passes like a specific date or duration of time that their payments failed, it will automatically kick them from the server. You can set it up calendars where people put their birthdays. They give you their birthday information. It's all set up in a calendar, and you will get reminders when it's someone's birthday. Everybody in the Discord will get reminders of somebody's birthday. Everybody will shower that person with birthday wishes. Nice. All different kinds of, like, we can do community hangouts on video. We can do community hangouts on
That's
audio.
another thing. I couldn't do it
We
there.
could do
I wanted to
community
do
hangouts.
lives for them, especially. It was made really hard. I couldn't just film myself and it goes to Patreon. And it's now an embarrassing situation that is one of those things that has created me burnout because I have a lot of people on there. And I feel like I am not delivering. I got burnt out everywhere. And part of it is that feeling that I'm not doing good enough for
How
these
many
people.
patrons do you have?
Right now, I don't know, but I've had hundreds.
Okay, so if you have 100 patrons, whatever, let's just use that number for example. Moving everybody from, depending on how committed you're following, is like if they're checking their Patreon notifications, things like that, that's a different story. But if they're just like the average person who just wanted to support, show love once, and then like kind of like let it roll and not give it any mind or anything after, you'll lose about 60% of the people from Patreon, moving them over to Discord. But the amount of time it will take, because like I did that, I had like 120. I moved 60 people. I got 60 people into Discord. And then within a matter of months, from I think it was like March, when we moved everybody over, now we're back up to like 130 people or something like that. So we get people back significantly, like
What about the content that lives on Patreon? Like, so there's content. I'm not saying I need to keep that content, but how does it work on Discord with like content? So right now, at least if you joined my Patreon, I'd be like, okay, thank God they're getting access to all these personal videos they've never seen, all these like write-ups and whatever.
You throw it in Discord.
Throw it in Discord.
Oh, you can, well, I don't really know how.
Send videos, you can send links, you can do whatever. Just throw it all on Discord.
I use OnlyFans. That's what I do.
I'm sorry, what?
I use OnlyFans.
What do you mean you use OnlyFans?
I want OnlyFans. It's easier to. I don't have OnlyFans.
Discord, like literally, like I still have my. The only reason why you just pulled up my Patreon. The only reason why I have Patreon is because those are the people that I inevitably convinced myself. I literally like at least 15 emails sent. Finding their pages on Instagram, looking up their handles on other platforms, did everything I could to find these people and be like, we're moving to Discord.
Yeah.
These people who they signed up for Patreon once and they never paid it any mind again. I still have my Patreon open. There's still like maybe like 25 people sign up for it that it's collecting payments from every month. If they know that it's still collecting payments, like you see, everybody sees it on their bank accounts like every month. Like people check their money all the time. But they're not doing anything about it. I did all I can and stuff like that. I convinced myself, those are the people who just wanted to support me, set it up, like set it and forget it. But we moved everybody over on Discord, and we're continuing to grow our Discord.
Nice.
People are more familiar with Discord than they are with Patreon. People who sit in front of a computer screen more often are familiar with Discord than they are with Patreon. It's just overall, it's just a much better platform.
Definitely. Discord is the wave, Marlene. Get to it. Discord, everybody start paying attention to it.
What do you do too, like when there's so many platforms too trying to offer the subscriptions? YouTube is like, okay, you need a membership. Facebook,
you do it all of them.
I have people that are members on Facebook. I don't even know how to post to them.
Do it all. Do it all. I see so many.
Then consolidate. Just consolidate and put all your time into one or two of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's where everyone's going to naturally, like if they find your videos on YouTube and then they're like, oh, how can I connect? How can I be supportive? And you're directing that traffic into a Discord link, they're going to find it eventually. If they don't have a Discord account, they don't have one. If they have one, they're more likely to use it. They're more likely to subscribe. They're more likely to do it and jump into your Discord.
We'll have to talk to Rick DeMoose after
Rick
this.
DeMoose.
Right? Rick DeMoose is that's very good to know. And then, so that's obviously a good amount of income for you. And what about if we're asking everyone this about, let's say from social media alone without brand deals, could you sustain yourself?
Yeah, Discord I have music has done pretty well for me, like putting it on Spotify, people buying my tracks. Surprisingly, more than I was expecting.
Nice.
Surprisingly.
Really?
And then so there's that, the brand deals. I mean, Discord, I wouldn't consider for someone living in LA, I wouldn't say that can sustain me. But through you said no brand deals?
Yeah, no brand deals. We're trying to give like people starting up like an image of like different social media. Like there's obviously YouTube, but then there's YouTube Shorts. Some people are just going to just do shorts. So like they say, like we had Danny on here. She's like, for my lifestyle, absolutely not without brand deals, you know, which makes sense. She's in LA, you know.
Because I go live on TikTok too.
Which does really
so
well.
like,
does that do really well?
I would say like 10 to 15% of my income is through Discord.
Okay.
The rest of it is through TikTok Live. The rest of it is making money. Like there's been nights where like people, like I had a concert in Denver one day and we were live streaming it and we were selling live streaming tickets. And this guy literally donated $2,000 to give away all those live stream links to anybody who wanted them. So I was on Instagram just like being like, who wants to watch this live stream concert in Denver? Just hit me up. I'll send you the link. And literally donated $2,000 for that.
Wait, so that's a way of income is you're basically, there's a cost for the link to the live stream.
No.
People send gifts.
So
and
that's just like the generosity that exists out there. Somebody who works hard for their money, because everybody works hard for their money these days.
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Worked hard for his money, was so gracious to like donate $2,000 to just make sure that there was a lot of people that could see my performance at this concert in Denver that was being live streamed.
Nice.
So,
but how does the 2,000 help more people see it? Is what I'm trying to understand.
It's not that it helps them see it. It's just they're able to like they would have otherwise had to pay for the ticket.
For the live stream ticket.
So instead,
Exactly.
That's what I was saying before.
But donations
they had to pay for the live stream ticket.
People donating on TikTok through Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. People making donations on like requesting a specific song of mine or like an original or whatever. People gifting through the app. And then like booking events. Like I get booked for events because people see me live streaming on TikTok and they're like, I want, corporate events. What else is there?
It's a lot.
Live streaming is definitely live streaming is like I'd say like at least half of my income.
Wow,
comes from
that's incredible. And is that like when they send those coins and this and that and all that?
Subscriptions.
Wow.
Dope. What do you have coming up? Where can the people find you? What's next on your agenda be? Give it to us.
So if you guys are in the LA area, it is my biggest event to date. August 25th, August 26th. It's the first time I'm renting out a historic theater venue.
Nice.
I love
and
that
like
theater.
putting on my own production, bringing in the audiovisual company, setting up the stage, programming the lights, everything. It's going to feel like a real authentic concert rather than just like, I'm performing here at this little venue with a bar in the back and stuff like that. So it's my biggest concert, the biggest investment I've ever made as an independent artist. And it's the El Portal Theater in North Hollywood. And the tickets are now on sale.
We were just talking about that.
It's about a month away, and we're like 40% sold out.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
I'm
nice.
such a procrastinator.
Yeah, you are.
Wait, is
We
there
are.
any front row left?
Not at all.
Stop.
You're his friend. You
like
can probably
maybe
go
on the
backstage.
sides.
Holly.
Maybe on the sides. But that's nature.
I like to think.
That's human nature. I'm not Rihanna, so.
Well,
Not yet, but
Not
I love
yet.
that theater. Wait, real quick. How do you do you sit around one day and you go, I think it's time? Like, I think it's time because you're investing in this yourself. Like, you're putting this on yourself. Did you have
no
to
sponsors.
do the math? No sponsors. Did you have to do the math and go, okay, if I sell out every ticket, I could technically do this?
Yeah, but that number changed almost every single week I've been processing and doing this.
Why?
Because you're learning more expense. Like, for example, the insurance. Like, the contract that I got from the venue in the PDF, there was no page 7, and I thought it was just like a space in the contract, like a blank page that separated thingies. But that entire page was the certificate of insurance requirements. So then I went back to the insurance agency and I was like, I got to get the venue insured as well. And then they're like, okay, it's going to cost another couple grand.
Nice. Okay.
And then the rental company for the lights,
It's a lot.
And there's not a lot of companies that want to insure these events.
That's all right.
happens
We are going to share
all
it,
the time.
support,
This happens
send
with
it out.
with my subscription boxes too. I imagined I'm like, this is how much it should cost. Da da da. And then before you know it, you're losing. And I'm not saying you are, but like I'm just like, whoa, no one told me about this math. You know.
Brandon, give us your social media handles where everybody can find you. Let them know before we head on out.
At Box of Beats on all platforms. BOXOF as in Frank.
The name given to him by a 5-year-old.
BEATS.
That is a story for another day.
And the link where we can get tickets to the show. I will be there.
Yeah.
I'm procrastinating on getting the tickets.
And you're bringing everybody in your family. I remember you said that.
It's a lot of them.
I'm gonna bring. Yeah, definitely gonna bring a lot of people.
I love you.
I'm really excited about.
Yeah, but
this.
I just put out a post and it was there was something that I just said in it that like I was like, the EDM community is cultivated in the idea of peace, love, unity, and respect, plur. And if you come to this concert, I will definitely deliver all 4 to you guys.
I like that.
You will.
Slow clap like in the movies, baby. You know, do we not do that anymore?
Wait, so are you going to be coming to his concert?
Hey, I'll come.
Yeah.
I'll be there, especially if I can go backstage. Take the phone out, Marlene. Marlene, give us a recap. Take us back. Yeah, please. I love that. I would love that.
Recap is the first and most important thing is you can change your life if there's something you see somebody doing, even if you've never done it before. Put some work into it. Try it. It may be the thing for you. Like, look, this has launched a career for him. At any point, you can shift your career, move on to do something different. He shifted confidently. He's changed his whole life and went across the world and married somebody. I mean, you literally can do anything.
Yeah.
And Brandon is living proof of that. And I think if you just say yes to things, he said yes to beatboxing with a bird, who's very thankful till this day. And, you know, there's money to be made from making music on TikTok. I learned about Discord today.
You did.
Not about Discord, but about, you know, memberships on Discord. Rick DeMoose.
I'm gonna give you Rick DeMoose's number.
Rick DeMoose. I mean, there's a lot here, right, Kenny?
It is a lot. It is a lot. And go to Brazil.
Go to Brazil. No.
Not you. Not you.
Can't go to Brazil.
You can't go to Brazil.
Everybody
Sorry.
else. I mean, take her with you.
Yeah, you can take her.
And maybe you'll end up coming back with a new perspective.
Brian, can you freeze frame that sneer so I can use it to drive Kenny
ruin my
later?
trip like that.
Take her with you.
Just breathe the air in Rio,
You know?
and you will come back a married man.
I wanted to go to that Rio, that
festival.
The festival in Rio.
Carnival.
Literally, just because of the movie Rio with the birds.
Nice. All right. Well, hey, thank you for coming on the show, sir.
Thanks for having
Really
me,
appreciate
guys.
you.
Thanks so much.
You know what? Y'all know what to do. Follow us, co-creators podcast, Co-Create HQ. Email us, DM us. Tune in every Monday. What's the rest?
Oh my God! How come we did not have him beatbox
Because
for
he said he
Vinnie?
doesn't beatbox anymore.
Oh my God! Do
He
something
said
for
he
Vinnie.
doesn't beatbox
This
anymore.
can be the end of the thing. Go ahead. Vinny's been waiting. Do anything for him.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Vinnie, drop. Yes.
Yeah! He loves Brandon! Yay!
Funky beat.